to the babies. Yeah. My name is Fatso, and my name is Fatso. Hi guys, welcome back to Sweetie Pie Pets. Today I wanted to update all of you guys on Daisy's puppies. If you missed that video, a couple of weeks ago we introduced her new little puppies, and now they are 3 weeks old and they are growing like mad. Look at these two babies. So we have little May and Rose. Those are their temporary names anyways. That's what we are calling them because you need names, don't you? So at 3 weeks old, their eyes and their ears are open and they are starting to show the length of their coats. They're both going to be long coats, definitely, and their little coats are starting to feel long and fluffy and luxurious. So for something a little different, today I am going to answer the top 5 questions about puppies found on Google. I have no idea what these questions are. James is going to ask them to me, and I'm going to answer right here after hearing them for the first time. And of course, you guys are going to help, right? They're trying to fight each other, and they don't even have teeth. Daisy's such a good mom. Can you guys see them fighting? It's so cute! Play fighting is an important developmental process that all puppies go through, and they start it with their siblings, and they'll even play fight with their mom, and she will participate because it's good practice for them as they grow.
Okay, number 1, what questions should you ask a breeder to make sure they're not ripping you off?
You're going to want to do all sorts of research first online. You can look at their website if they have one, or their social media presence. You can do some Google searches of their images that are listed on their website or their Instagram, just to make sure that they're not listed elsewhere on the internet, so they're not stolen photos. Marco, how'd you get out? Did you try to see the puppies? So the number 1 question that I would ask a brand new breeder that you've never got a puppy from before is, can I come see the puppies in person? It's definitely safest to go to the location and look at the dogs, look at the puppies, look at the parents, make sure that they are well cared for, that they're in a clean environment and they're being, loved. But sometimes you can buy from breeders that are maybe out of state or a long distance away. And in that case, if you can't go in person, you should definitely ask if you can FaceTime, so that you can actually video, chat, and meet the breeder and meet the puppies and again see the parents. That's definitely a close second to being able to go and see them in person. Now, if they don't have the ability to FaceTime, then ask if you can please at least see a video of the dog. And in the video, it would be good if the breeder is in the video and you can see their lips talking as they're holding the puppies, because you want to make sure that they didn't just steal some video online of a different dog that they don't even have and then add their audio as if they're holding the camera, talking to you. So it's good if you can see the breeder in the video and the puppies in the video. But I have even gone so far as to ask people to write my name on a piece of paper and hold it in the video so that I know that they made that video special for me. And if they can't give you any of those things, then maybe just move along, because there's other breeders that are going to be willing to do all of that.
What should be in the contract and what should not be in the contract?
Okay, so every breeder is going to have a different contract, and you can kind of go online and see what a standard contract might look like. But most of them are going to talk about things like a warranty, in case there is one, or like a return policy. A lot of them will put like a 72-hour return policy, so that the buyer has time to get the puppy and then take the puppy to their vet and have it vet checked. And then if their vet finds anything wrong, then if the breeder has a return policy, that's good, because then you don't have to worry about it. You can just return the puppy, get your money back, and you don't have to stress about that. What's still, Daisy? What's wrong? Are you getting nervous? Another thing that might be in the contract would be care instructions, and even if that's not in the sales contract, you definitely want to ask the breeder, what has this puppy been eating? What sort of a diet should I keep it on? You also need to know its health record, and if it, what shots it's had, and if it's safe for the puppy to go out into the general public yet, because if it hasn't had all the shots, remember, it's still susceptible to picking up various puppy diseases that you don't want it to get. Now, each state is going to be a little bit different, but here in the state of California, there is actually a puppy lemon law. Did you know that? So if you buy a puppy from a breeder here in the state of California, we are required to offer a 1-year warranty on the puppies. So if something goes wrong with the puppy's health in that first year, the state of California would require, it's the responsibility of the breeder to reimburse the buyer for that puppy, or you can do different things. You can maybe replace the puppy with one of equal value, or in some cases they will even have to reimburse up to 150% of what they paid for the puppy, depending on what happens if there was some sort of genetic problem that required, a bunch of veterinarian bills and all that sort of thing. So each state's going to be a little bit different. You definitely want to look up what the laws are in your state where you're purchasing the puppy from. And then each breeder might have even more warranty. So the state of California makes me offer a 1-year warranty, but I extend that out for another additional year, and I offer a 2-year warranty on my puppies.
Number 4, what questions should I ask about socialization?
So that is a very good thing, especially if you're going to be getting a Chihuahua. You do want to ask the breeder what they have done to socialize the puppy. So a good breeder is going to really pay attention to that to make sure that the puppy is developing normally and it's meeting all of its milestones. And if it maybe does need some extra effort or work in this area or that area, the breeder should be willing to do that. They should be participating in their life enough to know what the puppy's personality is like and what they have done to help it be a good pet.
Number 5, can I ask a breeder for references?
You can ask a breeder for references. I have done that before, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be honest with you. They could give you a reference that's, just their friend's phone number. Don't necessarily count on that as proof that they are a good breeder.
Next question, how important is it to get papers on a pet?
So papers on a pet basically just means that a dog is registered with a kennel club. There's lots of different kennel clubs. There's American Kennel Club, there's Continental Kennel Club, I think there's Canadian Kennel Club. There's several different kennel clubs, and different countries have different kennel clubs in those countries. What the papers are supposed to do is basically show you the lineage and the parentage and their pedigree, what lines your dog comes from. That's good if it's true. But what I have found is that a lot of breeders are liars, and they just put down incorrect parents on the papers and just claim a puppy from a different litter that wasn't really born to that mother or that father. I've seen that happen. It's kind of common. So I like to say papers don't make them a better pet. I feel that DNA is a more safe and reliable way to determine whether or not this is a good pet.
How old should a puppy be before it goes to its forever home, and how can you tell?
So a puppy definitely needs to be at least 8 weeks old before it leaves its mom. In fact, here in the state of California, that's actually a law. You cannot have a puppy go home to its new home before it is 8 weeks old. With the smaller breeds of dogs, I sometimes feel like that's actually too young. So with most of mine, I require them to stay until they're at least 10 weeks old. Now that's not in every case, and I do kind of play it by ear based on, the size and the development of the puppy. If a puppy is doing really well and thriving and it's eating just fine, then, probably could go home at 8 weeks old. That should be no problem. But I like to keep them that extra couple of weeks because I think that's an important time for them to learn how to live eating nothing but solid food, because at that point they're going to be completely weaned. They're not getting any of mommy's milk. And you just want to kind of monitor them and make sure that they're thriving in that environment on their new diet without any of mommy's milk before they go off to their forever home. So I hope I answered some questions that you guys might have when getting a new puppy, what you should ask your breeder. And if you guys have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section below. You can also follow these puppies and all of my other dogs on my Instagram, Kelly Swift Sweetie Pie Pets, and on my TikTok at Sweetie Pie Pets. And if you want to support my channel, please buy me a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/SweetiePiePets. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I love all of you guys. Mwah! Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Sweetie Pie Pets. Bye-bye. Say bye.